Friends, family, and loved ones, we are gathered here today to join Nick and Julie in marriage. We gather around them now in this beautiful place, and we look on with love and hope as these two begin their new life together as one. Today, Nick and Julie have come before you and before God, their Heavenly Father, to join together in this vow of marriage.
The whisper of the wind, calling us to something more. What if we set out upon the waters, sail till we lose sight of shore? The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone my confidence.
Julie and Nick, I couldn't have picked a better partners for each of you. Take a moment here to look around and appreciate all your family and friends you're surrounded by. You will never have another day like this. You guys are so lucky to have found each other, but marriage is hard work. A strong marriage requires loving your spouse, even in those moments when they aren't being lovable. It means believing in them even when they struggle to believe in themselves. It doesn't always matter who is right and wrong, because Julie is always right. What really matters is how you listen to each other.
Julie and I met in first grade at St. Lucy's, and although our friendship may have started out with her drawing devil horns on my yearbook photo for not inviting her to my birthday party, somewhere along the way we became family. And just for the record, if I knew you then the way I know you now, you would have been the very first person on my invite list and the life of the party guaranteed. I remember how excited Julie was after her first date with Nick. In fact, I can tell you exactly what Julie said after her first date. He is so hot, like OMG, heart eye emoji, and really nice. He's deaf a nerd, but like I feel like I need someone a little more nerdy. He's like an endearing nerd.
Endearing nerd.
My endearing nerd.
Nick, after I met you myself and could confirm you were indeed an endearing nerd with an unhealthy obsession with Batman, I saw how great of a fit you were for Julie. You are kind, funny, adventurous, equally as loud as Julie, which I really did not think could be possible. And best of all, you love her with all of your heart. The first time I met you, I remember being in awe about how attentive you were to her in her stories. And for those that know Julie, know that when she tells a story, she tells about 50 other stories at the same time that may or may not relate to the original story, so it can be a little hard to follow. You have continuously shown Julie the love that we all knew she deserved, and I am so glad she found someone just as wonderful as she is. As someone who has known and loved Julie for all of this time, thank you for loving my friend so well. I really hope you have as much fun growing old with her as I did growing up with her. Stop. Okay, now I'm not looking at Julie anymore. Julie, you are the most beautiful person I know, but you as a bride are breathtaking. It's hard to put into words how much you mean to me, but I'm going to try my best. You have been my soulmate, my sounding board, my biggest supporter, and truly my favorite person to do anything with. For as, oh my God, I'm like shaking.
You got this.
For as long as I can remember. You hold a multitude of amazing qualities, and if you're lucky enough to know her, these qualities are really hard to miss. One of my favorites being how strongly you value your friendships and how much you love those in your life. As someone who has had the privilege of being on the receiving end of Julie's love for so many years, in my experience, when you face success, she will celebrate you. When you face loss, she will hold you. When you want an adventure, she will take you, and she will always make space for laughter. Julie, our friendship is one of the most special things I have, and I can't imagine a world without having you as my best friend.
Me either.
We have spent our whole friendship holding each other's hands through everything life has to offer.
Oh my god.
Like 3 more sentences
You got
left.
it. You got it.
And today I have the pleasure of holding the most important thing in our friendship to date, which is your bouquet while you marry the love of your life. So if we could all raise our glasses to 2 of the most incredible people we know.
Oh yeah.
To my soulmate and the guy in the suit who is sitting next to her. I love you both so much. To Mr. and Mrs. Esposito.
Clink, clink.
So I think Nick's story truly begins probably in Little League Baseball.
Oh no.
Nick's a young boy at the time, below average athleticism, very carefree, very intelligent. Normally sticks him in right field. Coach doesn't really like him in the infield. But today he's playing second base. So Nick gets in proper fielding position, just like our dad taught him. And the ball's coming at him. And now the ground ball, it's kind of meaningless, but at the time. But now we look back at it now, and it's kind of a milestone in his life. Because what happened after that, some people say, you know, bad hand-eye coordination. Some people said it took a really bad hop. We don't know. You know, I was young. But the next thing that happened was a tragedy. The kid had a soft cup on, and it hit him right in the nuts. Bounced and dropped him like a sack of potatoes. Really bad. Now, we'd like to say, you know, that story ended with Nick making the varsity team and maybe getting a scholarship to college to go play ball. But that's just not the case. His baseball career ended that day.
But the thing that we continue to learn from Nick was the same thing we learned the day he got hit in the nuts and never played baseball. He doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. He didn't like playing baseball, and there was no need to fake it. Nick will never pretend he's something he's not in order to gain someone else's favor or to fit in. There's an authenticity to my brother that's completely unmatched. He's always himself, and it's the thing we admire the most about him.
My other brother is loyal, he's responsible, he's honorable, he's smart, he's funny, and he's the reason why we're not a bunch of meathead jocks walking around. He's made us better men today, he's made us better men when we were 10 years old, and he's going to continue to do so. He likes Mario, Star Wars, superheroes. What are you going to do about it?
Now, me and Nick's favorite pastime when we get together is playing Super Smash Brothers.
Let's go!
Which is a Mario video game for those of you who don't know. But when Julie came home to meet the family for the first time, our Smash Brothers time really took a hit. And so, you know, I thought, well, maybe his priorities are a little messed up. But I'm a team player, right? So, you know, fine, we'll be inclusive and we'll do a board game with everybody. Fine, that's okay. But the Esposito family is a competitive family from top to bottom. But we could not compare with the intensity that Julie brought to the table while playing family games, and she still does it to this day.
But the thing is, what we learned about Julie is the same thing I learned about Nick the day he got hit in the nuts. Their authenticity is unmatched. Together, they're the most genuine people I know, and is the reason why I know that your love will last forever. Because you guys don't lie to each other. Everything you say is so true and so honest, and I'm just so grateful to have you guys.
We love Julie's competitive nature. She fits right into the Espo family. She's also caring, intelligent, generous, trustworthy, and downright hilarious. She's always planning fun events and never hesitates to send the invitation our way. We've already made some great memories together, and I know we will continue to do so, but as true family members now. We thank you for setting an example of what true love actually is. You two are communicative, you're forgiving, unselfish, and always authentic. And so in a world with so much insecurity and self-doubt, I can always count on 3 things. Nick will never feel the ground ball ever again. Julie will always be scared of spiders.
It's true.
And you guys will love each other unconditionally. To infinity and beyond.
Buzz Lightyear.
Home. Have you been thinking about the coast? You're all I've been thinking of. You're all I've been thinking of.
Nick and Julie met through their mutual friend Katie, who is standing up here today with them. She will gladly tell you that she is the reason we are all here today. However, while she may have helped start the relationship, Nick and Julie did all the legwork. From their first date, Nick hooked Julie with his confidence to be authentically himself and his perfect New York Italian accent, which he may or may have not got from Grandpa Sal. Julie hooked Nick with her limitless conversation and her strong and loving personality. Julie is a hard person to get to slow down, in a car and in life. So when we saw her do both with Nick, we knew this had to be something good. They complement each other so well. Nick gets Julie to slow down, and Julie gets Nick to pick it up.
You were with me all along. Wake me up to sunny side. Pick me up to make me strong. My only love, my only I was fighting, felt divided, searching for a path to follow. My only love.
Julie, I honestly can't believe this is happening today. A year's worth of planning and preparation have finally brought us to the point where I get to say I do to my best friend and life companion. Let me first say, I have never met anyone quite like you. You are the most driven, passionate, caring, and loving person I know. And let it be known that your tenacity and passion is the reason this wedding is as beautiful as it is today. Thinking back, it was fate that brought us together. The chance that you would find me on a dating app of all places, and that one of your best friends happened to be my cube mate at work, who was actually willing to introduce us, is no short of a miracle. And I can't forget to mention that I had your number for over a year and just never texted you, and you still went to dinner with me when I finally did make that call. It feels like a lifetime of experiences have been had since then. We've survived and thrived through a global pandemic together when most couples would probably be at each other's throats. We've traveled from coast to coast together, from the relaxing beaches of Hawaii to the hustle and bustle of New York. We've competed and teamed up in every board game imaginable. And we've been taken in by each other's families to double the love and support we feel every day. But upon reflecting on even just a few of these experiences with you, I've come to the conclusion that they're only special because of you. Only you can light up a dim room with your smile. Only you can make the coldest hearts grow warm. And only you can make every day feel like the best day of my life. I just can't wait to spend the rest of our lifetime together. So today, I promise you that I will be your partner and sidekick through all of life's adventures. I promise to support you in all of your future endeavors, whether they be career-related, major family decisions, or even simple projects around the house that you asked me to do several times. I promise to be the yin to your yang, helping to guide you through life's unexpected twists and turns. And in turn, I promise to let you guide me through all of this as well. I promise to love and cherish every moment I have with you, through the good times and bad, through sickness and health, and even when you eat truffle fries at night. I promise to love you forever and always, even as we grow old together and reflect again upon our shared life experiences. A wise puppet once said, "Do or do not, there is no try." So I vow today not to try and be the best husband and life partner I can be, but to be the best husband and life partner I am, because you make it so damn easy. I love you endlessly, Julie, forever and always.
Nick, thank you for being my best friend, my rock, and the Tony Stark to my Pepper Potts. From the second I met you, I knew life with you would be fun and full of laughter. You kicked our first date off by showing me all of your different accents and then quickly following it up with a story about how you love superheroes and comics, all of which your friends told you to majorly avoid, but you did anyways. But for me, this is what got me. You were so confident and unapologetically yourself that you made me feel immediately comfortable. You set the tone of our relationship. That we didn't need to pretend to be someone that we weren't. That you would love me just the way that I am, and I would do the same for you. When I eventually asked you why you loved me, your response was because I never tried to change who you were. Never tried to edit out your love for superheroes or your hilarious quirks. You loved me because I loved you as you came. And I will promise to continue doing that for the rest of my life. I will promise to love the man that you are today and the man that you grow to be. Throughout our 4 years, we have been through a lot. We have traveled together, we've laughed, drank a lot together, we've struggled, cried, partied, argued, and made up. We've learned what it's like to not just grow as individuals, but to grow alongside of each other and helping the other become the best version of themselves. Nick, you make me want to be a better person on a daily basis. You push me to be the best version of myself, and I can't thank you enough. I'm so lucky that I get to say that I get to spend the rest of my life with a man who not only supports the person I am today, but helps me to be the friend and partner that I know I want to be in the future. You support me in every aspect of life, and I hope that I can always do the same for you. People have been asking me for the past few months if I'm nervous to get married, and the question really keeps throwing me off, because I just don't know how I could ever be nervous about a lifetime with you. A lifetime that I know is going to be so full of laughter, love, and endless support, and our fair share of Marvel and Batman movies. Not only does that thought bring so much joy and so much happiness into my heart, but it also brings me so much calm. We all know that I can be a bit of a spitfire sometimes, maybe to a point of frustration for you. I'm sorry. But you are the one person in my life who somehow finds a way to bring me back to center and help me see straight. We balance each other out so well, and we truly make the best team. You take out the trash and I refill the bags. I make us dinner and you do the dishes. You water the front yard and you water the backyard. So not always completely even, but you get where I'm going. I love you so much, and a lifetime with you is the most exciting thing I could ever think about. I cannot wait to build a family with you and make all of the memories you hear about in love stories. As we stand here today in the beautiful redwoods in front of all of our family and friends, I want to make these vows to you. I vow to love you. It's easy to love you when life is good. It's supporting you when times get hard that I vow to continue loving you. I vow to give you my heart without any expectations. I vow to be patient with you, even if you say that we don't have hot sauce when it's sitting right in the front of the fridge. I also vow to make sure that I'm not just hungry when I get upset at you. I vow to love, respect, protect, and trust you, and give you the best of myself, because I know that together we will build a way better life than either of us could imagine doing alone. I vow to choose you every single day without question or fail. I love you, Nick, and I cannot wait to be your wife.
We are running free. We are running free. We are running free. There's a rush as we leave the shadows, as we shake these shadows and find the morning sun.
This was a very happy and emotional day today. Okay, I gotta be honest. When I gave him a hug and knew he was leaving our family to start his own, it kind of put a tear to my eye, even though he still will be there. But what a great person to start that family with than Julie. Julie and I were so happy to find out early we were having a boy. Right away I'm thinking, my first child's a boy. What great Italian name am I going to name him? Well, I always loved Nicholas and Nick, because I always had in my mind, hey, yo, Nick, how you doing? Julie and I signed up for all the classes before Nick was born. I figured, heck, I'm a coach. I can motivate my players. Well, knowing Nick and how persistent he wasn't going to hang around long enough for us to even take those classes. He was too persistent. If you know Nick, when he gets locked onto something, he doesn't let go. So unfortunately, we didn't have the chance to do those classes, and Nick popped out. He even looked like a Nick. Nick was the kind of kid who was going to do what he wanted and stay true to himself. Nick was one of those guys that what he liked, he really liked, and he always liked. And my example would be, he loved Batman then, and he loves Batman now.
Yep.
Well, we can go on and on about Nick, but we got to talk a little bit about Julie.
Yeah.
So I looked at that and went, Julie's Nick's sunshine. She brings warmth and energy, and sometimes sunburn. And that is exactly what Julie brings.
Yeah.
She came into our family, and what a perfect match. She brought warmth, energy, sometimes sunburn. But she's very entertaining, and as these guys said, she competes to the death like the rest of us do. And not to mention, her decibels are about the same as ours. She's loud. So what a perfect match for our family who likes to sit around the dinner table and yell over each other. She brings a sense of confidence, too, in our family. You got to have confidence if you're sitting around the table with our guys. Everybody's competing for something. Mm-hmm. Which works well in our family, obviously. And she's our first daughter-in-law, and what a wonderful one she is. She's the best planner. And in fact, she's the only planner in the Esposito family. I can tell you what, I know about 24 hours ahead. Julie can tell you what she's doing next year. Yeah. Just look around. Here's the thing that I like about Julie. She brings a sense of style to our family. I mean, can you imagine walking into a family of mostly men and talking about style? My poor wife, who is very stylish, honey, had to endure dirty shirts and shorts her whole life. So Julie and I are thrilled to have Julie as our daughter-in-law and the newest member of the Esposito family. She's a wonderful person. Can't wait to spend our lifetime both with Nick and Julie and watch their love and family grow. So if you please join in with me and raise your glasses. A toast to Nick and Julie. I wish you both life filled with love, joy, and prosperity.
Woo! Thank you, Dad.
I'll rise, catch the horizon, feel the hope inside us. This is where we're meant to be. I'll rise, catch the horizon, feel the hope inside us. This is where we're meant to be. We are running free. We are running free. We are running. The time and place is now. All this beauty we have found. Oh, it's got us rising to our feet. We are running free. We are running free.
One question that continuously comes up often is who is louder, Julie or Nick? Well, as a father, I have to vote for Julie, who used to work at a spa, and she'd get in trouble for not using her spa voice. We always thought they should have made her the counselor instead of putting her in the spa place. You see, the Infantino household is what I call a girl house. We have 4 kids, 3 of which are girls, Yes, I'm going to heaven. Then you have the Esposito household, which I call, obviously, as you've heard, a boy house. Now, Nick, I have some general observations about you over the past few years. Nick gets very nervous pretty fast. Nick and I discovered on a trip that we can't drive in the same car as Julie and Lisa, the ultimate backseat drivers. We took a trip to Disneyland with Julie and Nick. It was then that I truly came to see and enjoy your superhero fascination. You're a hard worker and overachiever. You truly love Julie number 2. You're a people pleaser. You usually offer and fail to pay for dinner. You fit into this family like a glove. My Julie loves you, and so do we. And finally, I pray. Someday, you can get Julie to come out of her shell. Julie, being the 4th child, watched her brothers and sisters grow up before her eyes. Event after event, milestone after milestone, car ride after car ride, just waiting for her turn. And now you can't see it, but inside Julie's skin, just things are jumping, and she's going, "It's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn." Julie was always at home in her car seat and car rides, happily sleeping away. Always the happiest of the bunch, you other 3. Like the saying goes, Julie was truly raised by a village. So many of you here weaving in and out of her life, we'd like to thank you all for your important roles for helping us celebrate her and Nick with us today. Julie, there are too many softball stories to tell, and I don't want to start crying. I have a picture of you on my wall in your little orange uniform, and it always makes me smile. As you say, good times, good times. Julie was always the hopeless romantic. However, she found herself feeling as if she would never find Mr. Right. She was on a couple-year dry spell. Our hopeless romantic was, as you might say, freaking out. Luckily, a year later, with the help of one of Julie's 226 best friends, Katie, there was a first date. After the first date, she was back to our same old hopeless romantic and was gushing about him. We met him a few weeks later at dinner party where the whole family was present, and Nick showed up with another bad haircut. I could quickly see the sparks were flying. That's when I got to see Nick, the superhero, in action. We had a wonderful time celebrating the engagement with Pat, Julie number 1, Julie number 2, Nick, and the family. It was just a magical weekend. And now, if you can all stand.
All right.
You too have the ability to fill each other's hearts and spirits with friendship, compassion, and love. Here's to lots of kids, lots of health, lots of village assistance, and lots of love. Your mother and I love you. Salute.
No,